In the quest for wisdom, the path less traveled is often the most enriching. Certain insights, like seeds, are best nurtured in silence, shielded from the prying eyes of the world, allowing them to sprout and thrive undisturbed. This is a principle deeply embedded in Stoic philosophy. Stoics, the revered philosophers of antiquity, understood the value of internal growth and the danger of revealing too much. They cherished their secrets, their successes, and the lessons they learned, recognizing that sharing too openly might dilute the very essence of these experiences. Life is a mosaic of joys, sorrows, lessons, and challenges, each piece a vital part of our personal narrative. If we divulge every detail, we might lose the depth of truly living. Just as a flower cannot flourish under constant handling, our personal growth, too, requires a protected space. Here in solitude, we reflect on our errors and achievements to chart the course forward. Choosing not to share certain aspects of our lives is not about concealment, but about safeguarding our growth. True development is achieved through a careful balance of what we reveal to the world and what we reserve for ourselves. In today's culture of oversharing, it's increasingly difficult to discern and appreciate the foundations of our accomplishments. In this video, we will explore 9 topics that are best kept private. Each is crucial, so I invite you to watch until the end to discover why these subjects should remain under the veil of your personal Stoic practice. 1. The quiet celebration of achievements. For the Stoics, the journey toward wisdom and virtue was akin to a deep dive into the dark waters of the soul. They found true fulfillment not in the outward display of victories, but in introspection and ceaseless self-improvement. Their struggles and triumphs were navigated in the quietude of their spirit, far from the public eye. When Stoics discussed their achievements, it was not to boast, but to offer reflections on how overcoming ego and vanity is vital in the pursuit of true virtue. They believed that the craving for external validation shackles us with pride, leading us down a disappointing path of transient accolades. The Stoics taught us that genuine accomplishments are those that transform society silently, nurturing values such as justice, compassion, and wisdom. For these philosophers, true wealth was not amassed in vaults, but cultivated within the serene depths of the soul. Rather than publicly reveling in success or despairing in failure, they practiced a calm acceptance of life's vicissitudes, recognizing that many aspects of existence are beyond our control. In their thoughtful silence, they chose a path of authentic greatness, focusing on living with integrity and contributing to the community. The Stoic legacy teaches us that humility, sincerity, and an unending quest for wisdom are the foundations of a life truly well lived. 2. Don't discuss unconquered challenges. On the Stoic journey toward wisdom and virtue, every moment is imbued with significance. The missteps and obstacles are not mere hindrances, but vital experiences that sculpt the soul, shape character, and reveal the essence of true greatness. It is the internal battles, often unseen, that truly gauge a person's inner strength. Yet, despite their value, the Stoics advised against discussing challenges that remain unconquered. Why? Because they understood the nuances of human nature. Ego and pride can obscure our vision, diverting us from genuine virtue. The Stoics recognized that the relentless quest for external validation could serve as a mask, concealing our real potential. They did not prize achievements displayed as trophies, but sought authentic glory in actions that uplift humanity, rooted in values like justice, generosity, and wisdom. For them, real wealth lay not in the glitter of gold, but in the brilliance of a morally sound character and a serene soul. Central to their philosophy was the concept of amor fati, or loving one's fate. Stoics did not despair in adversity. They embraced both victory and defeat with calm acceptance, understanding that life's fabric is woven from threads of circumstances often beyond our control. By choosing not to discuss their unresolved challenges, Stoics preserved their focus on internal growth and maintained their commitment to a life of profound virtue and quiet resilience. 3. Don't talk about your good deeds. Imagine a candle that quietly illuminates a dark room. Its light is gentle and unobtrusive, yet it warms and brightens everything around it. For the Stoics, kindness was akin to this flame. They believe that true generosity need not be proclaimed in public or shouted from the mountaintops. It should be a sincere and subtle gesture, performed out of a simple desire to do good without expecting praise. In today's culture of self-promotion, this perspective may seem unusual. However, the Stoics understood the dangers of turning kindness into a spectacle. By boasting about every altruistic act, we might inadvertently seek the fleeting warmth of applause. Keeping our good deeds private allows us a sacred moment of reflection, a chance to connect deeply with ourselves and question whether our actions were genuine or driven by ulterior motives. This introspective self-analysis is a catalyst for personal growth. At the core of Stoic philosophy is the belief that true kindness does not seek the spotlight. It manifests in acts of quiet, authentic compassion. This timeless wisdom reminds us that often, the greatest acts of kindness are those offered without any expectation of recognition or reward. 4. Don't talk about your resentment. Have you ever felt ensnared in a web of emotions, each thread a bitter memory or an unforgiven grudge? The enduring wisdom of Stoicism urges us to consider the invisible burden of resentment. To the Stoics, harboring such feelings was like an anchor, preventing the spirit from navigating life's journey freely. But what if we could tread a path less traveled, where forgiveness and understanding become our guiding stars? The Stoic philosophy places a strong emphasis on virtue and self-control. Have you ever carried a heavy burden for a long time? The fatigue and resentment that build up are like invisible chains, restricting our freedom and inner peace. It's enlightening to realize that resentment often stems from misunderstanding, trapping us in a cycle of bitterness. The Stoics advised us to seek the roots of others' actions, aiming to understand before passing judgment. Forgiveness, then, is not merely an altruistic act, but a profound wisdom that disentangles us from the chains of negativity. Anger and resentment are like poisons, flames that consume our tranquility and well-being when fed. Conversely, choosing the path of forgiveness and understanding leads us to an oasis of serenity and peace. Guided by Stoic teachings, we learn that forgiveness is the key to our own freedom. It becomes a beacon that navigates us through emotional storms, offering refuge in the calm harbor of serenity. Embracing this lesson, we realize that sometimes the greatest strength lies in letting go, in freeing ourselves from the chains of the past, and sailing toward a horizon of understanding and peace. 5. Don't talk about your deepest dreams. Imagine holding a rare and delicate seed in the palm of your hand. This seed symbolizes your most intimate dreams and fervent aspirations. How would you protect it from the harsh winds and storms that threaten its growth? The Stoics, with their profound wisdom, offer a guiding principle. They viewed our goals and dreams as these precious seeds, best planted in the fertile depths of our souls, away from the storms of others' opinions and criticisms. Who hasn't felt the sting of a dream extinguished by the cold of skepticism or the heat of ridicule? In Stoic philosophy, self-sufficiency is regarded as an invaluable gem. True wisdom and accomplishment are not trophies to be displayed, but an internal well from which one can continually draw. Seeking fleeting external approval pales in comparison to finding richness and purpose within our own minds. The Stoics celebrated the quiet virtue of humility, understanding the fine line that separates healthy ambition from arrogance. Keeping silent about our grand goals was a deliberate choice, not an act of shyness, but a conscious effort to avoid the blinding effects of pride. Ultimately, the Stoic legacy speaks directly to our hearts. There is no need to broadcast our dreams from mountaintops. Instead, protect them, cultivate them, and watch them flourish in their silent and majestic glory. This approach invites us to rediscover the strength within ourselves and to recognize that sometimes the most precious treasures are those we keep just for ourselves. 6. Don't talk about your next steps. Picture a chess master silently maneuvering their pieces while their opponents struggle to predict their next move. This is the essence of the Stoic approach to life. The Stoics understood that openly sharing every move invites external judgment, often tinged with criticism, envy, or even malice. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the virtue of self-sufficiency. Why seek the fleeting applause of an audience when true strength resides within the mind's inner theater? By keeping their plans to themselves, The Stoics weren't merely hiding their strategies. They were fortifying their inner core of confidence, independent of the ever-changing tides of public opinion. This approach nurtures humility, a subtle yet profound quality that the Stoics highly valued. Revealing grand strategies can easily be perceived as arrogance, a triumphant display of superiority. Through discretion, they maintained a balance between ambition and humility, ensuring their steps were deliberate but not presumptuous. The Stoic tradition offers a rich perspective on the value of secrecy. Protecting our goals is more than just a strategic move. It's a way to strengthen our spirit. The Stoics recognize that true confidence is not a flag to be waved before the world, but an inner beacon that guides us. Revealing our plans and doubts exposes this inner light to the torrential rain of external judgments, potentially extinguishing it. Instead, by keeping our next steps private, we maintain the strength to remain unswayed by others' opinions. Modesty in this context is not merely an outward virtue, but a shield that protects our inner resolve. Stoic wisdom whispers precious advice amidst the storms of doubt. There's no need to shout your uncertainties to the world. By embracing silence, modesty, and introspection, we find a safe route through the forest of uncertainties, guided by the internal beacon of our confidence and understanding. This is the power of silent self-reflection and the internal confidence that the Stoics bequeath to us. By keeping our next steps to ourselves, we cultivate a strength that is independent of external validation. In this quiet space, free from the opinions and judgments of others, we can nurture our true potential. The Stoics teach us that real growth and confidence come from within, not from the fleeting applause of the outside world. Embracing this approach, we protect our spirit, allowing it to flourish unencumbered by the whims of external forces. We learn to navigate life's challenges with a steady hand, driven by our inner resolve. In this way, the legacy of the Stoics guides us toward a life of quiet strength and profound humility, where our greatest achievements are those known only to ourselves. 7. Don't talk about others. Criticizing others is like throwing stones into a calm lake, creating ripples that disturb the peace. The Stoics understood that harsh words and hasty judgments lead not to tranquility, but to discord and separation. They recognize that criticism, rather than building bridges, often erects walls. In their pursuit of harmony, they became guardians of their words and thoughts, focusing on self-improvement rather than the faults of others. Contrary to popular belief, the Stoics did not avoid solitude. They embraced it. In their moments of retreat, they found connection with a rich inner universe filled with insights. It was in this stillness that their deepest thoughts emerged, untainted by external noise. Today, in a world where social media validation has become a priority for many, Stoic philosophy invites us to reevaluate these priorities. By refraining from speaking ill of others, we cultivate a peaceful mind and a harmonious environment. This practice redirects our energy towards self-betterment and fosters a deeper understanding of our own imperfections. In silence, we find the space to grow, reflecting on our actions and thoughts without the distraction of external judgments. The Stoic path encourages us to seek inner wisdom and tranquility, nurturing a life of profound self-awareness and peace. 8. Embrace mistakes. In today's society, many of us feel pressured to project an image of perfection, highlighting our triumphs while concealing our defeats. However, the Stoics teach us a different approach. Embrace mistakes not as signs of weakness, but as maps for self-development. By choosing to keep their unlearned lessons private, the Stoics weren't evading responsibilities or hiding from their failures. Instead, they were creating a safe space for deep and intimate reflection and growth. The Stoics viewed mistakes as valuable opportunities for learning and self-improvement. They believed that openly discussing every failure could invite unnecessary judgment and distraction, hindering the personal growth process. Instead, they advocated for introspection, allowing individuals to analyze their errors privately and understand the lessons within them. By embracing mistakes quietly, we can transform them into stepping stones for personal development. This approach fosters resilience, humility, and a genuine commitment to self-betterment. In the silence of reflection, we gain clarity and strength, using our mistakes as guides to navigate the path to wisdom and virtue. The Stoics remind us that true growth often occurs away from the public eye, in the privacy of our own introspective journey. 9. Practice discretion. Discretion is a powerful weapon, and the Stoics understood that it is not a weakness but a strength. For them, every plan or goal was like a delicate seed that needed careful nurturing and protection. By avoiding premature exposure of these plans, they created an ideal environment for them to grow and flourish, away from the storms of doubt, envy, and public scrutiny. In today's age of overexposure, where every move is documented and shared, Stoic philosophy invites us to embrace discretion. By doing so, we may discover that true magic lies not in what we declare to the world, but in what we quietly achieve through our determination. Thank you for watching. Your support is essential for us to continue sharing knowledge and inspiration with everyone. If you have any content suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comments. We value your input, and it guides us in our mission to inspire and educate.